Welcome to Gospel Tangents, the best source for Mormon history, science, and theology. I'm Rick Bennett. Hey guys, I went on a tour up to Wisconsin to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but it's not my church. Some people call them the Strangites, and so we're going to learn more about the Hill of Promise and go on an amazing tour and even go to church up in Burlington, Wisconsin, to a group that a lot of you may not have heard of. And so come along on our trip. Hey everybody, I'm excited to be going to my first Strangite Church this weekend. So it's going to involve trains, planes, and automobiles. I'm heading up to Vory/Burlington, Wisconsin. So come along with me. Okay, this is the trains part of the trip. I'm on the track to train at the airport. So soon we'll be on the planes portion. All right, I just landed in Denver. That's the planes part of this trip. So first flight was about an hour and a half late, but I'm in line to get in right there to go on that plane. And we're going to go visit the Strangites now. Hey guys, just landed in Milwaukee. I'm on my way to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Strangite. So they're different than the LDS Church. And so I'm going to take you along just for a little background for those of you who don't know. They were founded basically in 1844. James Strang, who had been sent on a mission to Wisconsin by Joseph Smith, claimed that an angel ordained him on June 27, 1844, which is the day Joseph Smith died, and that he was the rightful successor to the church. And so I'm coming out here to Wisconsin to go check out this church. It's still in existence, and you can come along with me. So this is the road to Burlington, and it's getting a little bit dark here. It's kind of cold. I'm surprised it's June 12th, I think. And I think the high is like 63 and the low is 56. So very mild temperatures for a summer day. I would say that for sure. Okay, we're coming up on Mormon Road. I think it's the
Take
left.
the next left onto Mormon Road, Spring Valley Road.
There you are. We made it. So Spring Valley, and I think it says Mormon
Continue
Road
on
there.
Spring Valley Road for 3/4 of a mile.
Okay, here we go. We're getting really close. Barely in time for light. I think we're going to see, well, it's funny to call it a Mormon church because it's not my Mormon church, but of course, I guess I'm not a Mormon anymore either.
Turn right, then your destination will be on the left.
Here it is. Here, we'll drive through the parking lot really quickly. Wow, it's a smaller church than I expected.
Your destination is on the left.
So here we are. This is it. So I'm going to go to church here tomorrow. Looking forward to it. So here I am at the Saturday morning, June 14th, at the Strangite Church. It does say visitors welcome. You can see here. I thought I would just kind of walk around church here, show you around before the meeting starts here in a few hours. And we'll be going inside here soon. You can see here, nicely manicured lawn all the way around here. I'm sure this is the chapel. And it's got a nice big lawn. I was talking to Bill Shepard last night. I don't know if you guys remember my Bill Shepard interview from a few years ago. It was, I think it was 2019 back in New York for the Whitmer conference. He's such a nice guy. Anyway, you can kind of see the yard back here. Look like some classrooms and stuff around here. It's a nice Saturday morning. So he was telling me he thinks this building was built in around 1965, 1967, somewhere around there. It's the first church they've ever had. They've always been scattered. And he's lived here for probably since around then or 70s. I'm not exactly sure. So anyway, you can see all the way around here, beautiful green Wisconsin. I think the high is only going to be about 63 today for June 14th. That seems strange to me. In Utah, we're in the 90s already. So I don't know if this is normal weather or not, but just thought I'd give you a quick tour around the building. I'm going to go for a walk this morning, and we'll come back and be going to church. Oops, walk to that a little bit later today. These look like really old books.
Yeah.
You got 26 volumes of the Journal of Discourses. Times and Seasons. You got some old stuff here. Millennial Star, Times and Seasons. Strang. Are these like Revelations then, these Strang manuscripts?
No, these are copies of letters.
Oh, copies of letters.
All the manuscripts is my whole we obtained by hook or crook for the family, and they are. He sold them to Yale University when he got done.
Okay. A Northern Islander. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I give you.
Was that UP area with the Northern Islander? I can see that over here too.
Yeah, that was published at Beaver Island.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Can you remind me? Do you guys use the Doctrine and Covenants or not?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, we have the reorganized church was such a horrible threat to the Strangite that the Strangites started using the LDS just to keep them away from the Brighamite. I mean the Josephite.
Here I am. I'm hanging out with David Boyce, 52 Churches in 52 Weeks. And we are going to the Hill of Promise. Do you have any words to say, David?
I'm excited. This is going to be a blast. This is my third time visiting the Strangite Church. I still don't know where the Hill of Promise is. So this is my first time I'm actually going to get out there. So I'm excited for this.
So for people who don't know, especially the non-Mormons, what is the Hill of Promise?
So my understanding is this is where James Strang found his Vory plates, is it?
Yep.
So I've heard all kinds of different things with Vicky Cleverly speak. I've heard Kyle Bashir's talk about this. To kind of see it for myself, this is where I'm just very curious to learn more about it.
Yeah, I had no idea we were going to do this today. We went to church this morning with Bill Shepard and Brother Weber. I can't remember his first name.
Dave, Andy, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're following him, and we're going to be heading out to the Hill of Promise. So come along with us. This is Gary Weber, and we went to church this morning. Just went to dinner, and this is an old building. Tell us what this is, Gary.
This is part of the trust farm, and this house dates back in the early 1800s, and was here. A member of James Strang's church lived here, his family, and
So it's called the Mormon House?
No, that's what she calls it.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember the guy's name that used to live here. His family, Bill Shepard would know for sure. But this is part of the trust farm, and that house down there, it's been remodeled. We'll drive by there in a little bit.
That's where Wingfield Watson's house?
Watson lived.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's a big
he was
person in Strangite
head
history.
of the church here at the Vory branch after James Strang.
Okay.
And that white church down here to the right.
Okay. Way down there.
Was the old church house back in the early 1900s.
Oh, that was the old church in the 1900s?
Yeah. And then down where we were is the current church.
Okay.
Where we're at today. And all of this across the street is part of the trust farm. And right now they're renting it to a guy that raises cattle. in the field here, and then they're even back in there in the woods. You'll see animals, but we can walk across the street here and we'll go over to the Hill of Promise.
Okay. Now you said that David August is trying to restore this, or
Yeah.
this is like a national, historical
Well,
landmark or something?
it's actually not a historical landmark, but it is a historic building that there are still, even in town in Burlington, there are homes that are made from this quarry rock, because there's a quarry right over here across the street.
Okay.
And a lot of the homes, or some of the homes in Burlington that still stand, this being one of them, and then Strang's parents' house, which we'll go to, was all built of the stone that comes from the quarry here.
Okay.
And you, when you're in town, you go through the different streets, you can see the homes that are made with this quarry rock.
Okay.
They're still standing.
Cool.
This is the Hill of Promise.
Okay.
And just to give you a little bit of background about it, is there was a small tree, well, probably about the size of that one. I mean, that's not the actual tree, because that probably wasn't, I'm sure,
Because they cut it down.
wasn't even here then.
Yeah.
But anyways, James A. Strang got the various men that were well respected in the town and told them that there was a buried record underneath the tree. And so they dug underneath the tree, and
But it was up on this hill here?
yeah. And they dug it up, and they found what is called the Vory record.
Okay.
And it was a record of a people that had lived in this area, and they had a great war, kind of similar to what happened in the Hill Cumorah. And he says, "My people are no more, but I leave this record that we were a people of God." And he left a pictorial representing the priesthood, from the prophet to the viceroys to the 12 apostles and to the 70s, and was structured exactly the way the priesthood is structured under Joseph and James. And so it was remarkable that he knew that there was this record that was underneath this tree, and they all could tell that they had never, anyone ever disturbed the soil or been underneath it, but an angel had appeared to him and told him about where the record was. And so he got these men together to show that, it hadn't been tampered with. And when they opened up the stone casing of the record, it had been there so long that when it hit the air, it just crumbled, which is what happens when you have ancient artifacts like that when they hit the air. And he translated it, and it gives the record, a short record of the people of Raja Ramjor that had lived here on this Hill of Promise area. And another significance to the Hill of Promise is that in the Revelations of James, he tells that on the Hill of Promise that someday Daniel in the Bible shall appear and come to the saints here to teach them and to tell them that the time of Christ is about soon approaching. And so this is another reason why it's a sacred hill, because Daniel, the prophet in the Bible, is going to come here to the Hill of Promise and deliver a message to God's people and tell them that Christ is soon, his second coming is soon approaching. So we have meetings here sometimes to kind of commemorate that.
Very cool. So this is Wingfield Watson's house.
Yeah, of course it didn't look like that when he was there.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So Wingfield Watson was an early church leader?
Yeah, he lived here in Vory, and then when they went to Beaver Island, he went to Beaver Island in there, and then he came back when the Saints were run off the island, and he got dropped off in Chicago on the boats, and then they made it back here.
Okay.
Because didn't the Strangites all get scattered across
Yeah.
like Lake Michigan, like Chicago?
Yeah, they all went to live with family.
Okay.
I mean, some were even in Iowa, everywhere, Illinois. They were wherever there was family.
And so Wingfield Watson, was he born in Nauvoo? Is that right?
Well, no, he was born in Ireland.
In Ireland.
Yeah.
But he joined the church in Ireland and then moved to Nauvoo. Is that what happened?
No, he came here from Ireland, and he met Harley P. Pratt on a steamer boat. They were traveling back and forth getting jobs,
Okay.
and they used the steamer boats to travel. And he got converted by the Voice of Warning, the pamphlet that Harley P. Pratt wrote,
Okay.
and that converted him to Strangism, I should say Mormonism. And then he was going to go to Utah, and he was waiting for the next trip that they were going from this area to Salt Lake. And then he met a Strangite Mormon elder, and it converted him to James Strang. So then he moved here.
And so a church member lives here now?
Yes, David August's son lives here.
Okay.
This is the Vory Park that's owned by the trust farm that was started by Wingfield Watson, which Brother Billy Shepherd is a member of the trustees of.
Billy? I always called him Bill. You call him Billy?
Yeah. I mean, it's William. It's on his birth certificate, but we always called him Billy.
Oh, that's nice.
But this was put up here by the trust farm back when Wingfield Watson's granddaughters lived here and had this erected. But it's got a kind of a pictorial of all the different people. Here, this might tell us who. Let's see.
Look at everybody's houses on here.
Yeah.
The Smith home. Which Smith is that?
That's Moses Smith.
Moses Smith.
And then there was an Aaron Smith. So I don't know really which one it was.
Josiah Woodward, the schoolhouse. Is that white building over there?
Yeah, it could
be. The
be.
blue home.
Well, no, that was built way later after James Strang.
Okay.
That was the stone church.
Okay. So this is Old Vory Park.
Promise right here on the pictorial.
The Tower of Zion.
Yeah, they had they started a Tower of Strength that was basically a storehouse. That was only there. This is the White River where they did baptism for the dead under Strang, and down the river here to the left, there used to be a huge water wheel.
Okay.
They used for grinding wheat, corn, things like that, powered by the water wheel. But it's been long since gone.
Yeah.
And they used to get a lot more rain, and it was called White River because it had a really heavy flow of water through here.
Oh, it was white water.
Yeah. But now we don't get as much rain as we used to.
Okay.
So it's just,
it looks pretty mellow right now. Interesting.
Yeah, it used to be wider, a lot wider.
Okay. So
it sounded like it was
the river,
quite significant
over there,
because this is like a size of temples where you got Washington, D.C., Salt Lake. So Vory Temple, they estimated it was this large.
Yeah, I don't
like the Community of Christ Temple.
Yeah, I don't really know how big it was because they really didn't get much further than laying those cornerstones.
Yeah.
This was the cornerstone here?
No.
Oh, over on the other side of the river.
The temple was supposed to be big.
Because I had heard that it was just so large for what they were trying to build. They didn't have the manpower to do.
That could be. I don't.
So it was bigger than Salt Lake?
No, I'm sure it wasn't.
This is a graph that I saw. So the Vory Temple was right there compared to the Nauvoo.
That looks like a John Hammer picture.
I don't know.
I don't know where I got that.
I'm sure it is. It looks like John Hamer.
I don't know how they.
I didn't know that was on there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know how they would have estimated that because it never really got built more than the foundation.
Sure.
You know, because they soon after they moved to Beaver Island. The stone quarry, its original house. Then this is the house where when James Strang was shot on Beaver Island, they brought him here to his parents' house, and he lived for 3 weeks in this house, and then he died, and then was buried in the Mormon Vory Cemetery there on Mormon Road,
Okay.
and then later taken to the Burlington Cemetery.
Okay.
But no,
This is a private residence now?
yeah, I've actually stayed the night in this house because a member of our church was renting it, and I stayed all night with him. Well, I was probably like maybe 12 years old, but it was a non-member that owned it, but was renting it, and he rented it and stayed there for a number of years, and so I've been in there, and I was in the room where he died, which was
really
significant to me.
So he died in that house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they're still mining rock quarry out of this quarry right here, and it's the biggest one of the two. And this one here, the stone part, is original, and it used to be the old post office of Vory.
Okay. So this was the church from 1940 till 1965 or so?
Yeah, maybe even before 40. I'm not really sure of what year this was built. It was here.
And now it's just like storage, basically, right?
Yeah. It was here when I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
And, I remember having meetings in this building.
Okay.
And I came here for the summer from New Mexico.
So you met here in this building?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. And then back here is the printing press, which is also just storage now.
Yeah.
So this is the building for the printing press. Nice tree to keep it shaded. The Gospel Herald, I think is what it was called. And peek in the windows. Not much to see, I'm sure, but still you can see inside. There's cornfields around it, as you can see. Memorial to Wingfield Watson, 1828 to 1922. He lived a long life. Loyal disciple of James Strang. Teachings of Jesus Christ our Lord. He was a wise counselor, parent, and stalwart leader of the saints after being dispossessed by a mob and scattered. He helped them battle despondency, poverty, pressures from outside, and disunity from within the church. Unfalteringly, he used his sublime faith, knowledge, and experience, the scriptures, cogent reasoning, debate, pamphlets, printed contributions, and wrote thousands of letters, every possession beyond bare necessities was used to forward the Lord's work. His efforts gained the respect and admiration of all, and he continued until he was past 94 years of age, leaving a record surely worthy of the emulation of all. Erected 1984 of the Wingfield Watson Trust. And that's right outside the old church here. This is on the trust lands that they own. So I guess they own pretty much all this, and they're renting out farmland to other people. But there's a church member there. And then you can see the other house that we started out just down there. I hope you enjoyed our tour with Gary Weber. Gary, thank you so much for touring us around all those amazing, cool things in Wisconsin. But guys, if you're not done with Gary, I'm not done, because we actually sat down for a full interview, and we're going to talk more about Strangite theology and church and a lot of other things. So you definitely want to check out the episode next.
Well, I think only the Mormons called it Vory because of the Vory record.
Okay.
I showed you the other day that was underneath a tree, and they dug it up, and it was an ancient record that he used, the Urim Thummim that he got from the angel Moroni, and he translated it, and it was a very short record of a people that were no more, similar to the Nephites on the hill Cumorah, that they killed each other off for the most part.
Thanks for listening, and I hope you continue to enjoy Gospel Tangents. Consider becoming a Patreon or go to gospeltangents.com/shop, and you can get a cool tie, a hat, or even a nice mug. You can also get a sweatshirt. So check it out at gospeltangents.com/shop.